Good morning and welcome to the DIG, a Potsdam Press News broadcast.
We're starting with a quick look at what's coming up in this week's school athletics. Tuesday is shaping up to be a busy afternoon with track and field athletes competing along with the varsity softball and baseball teams. On Wednesday, the boys varsity lacrosse team will take on OFA. To wrap up the week, both varsity boys and girls lacrosse teams will be in action on Friday.
It's definitely a full schedule ahead for our student athletes, and we'll be following all the action as the week unfolds. Be sure to catch a game and cheer on the blue and orange.
Before we get into our main segments, we also want to mention the Spring Fling event that took place this past Saturday.
It was a great turnout and brought students together for an evening full of school spirit and fun.
Well, at least for the first 30 seconds of the Cotton Eye Joe.
Also, a quick reminder that yearbooks are currently on sale for $65 throughout May 31st. There are only about 50 copies left, so be sure to get yours before they sell out.
In today's broadcast, we will be featuring a variety of segments focusing on the success of Potsdam athletes at the Pi Mu Epsilon competition, an interview with the mayor of Potsdam about town improvements, and student and staff perspectives on NASA's Artemis mission.
Lydia, you had the opportunity to talk with Potsdam's champion math squad.
I did. Let's take a look.
Hi, I'm Mr. Brosel. I'm a math teacher here at Potsdam High School, and I recently chaperoned a math competition at St. Lawrence University. It's called Pi Mu Epsilon. It's a long-running math competition that's about 75 years old, and the team came in first place. Since I've started working here, so this is my 20th year, I've probably done it about 15 times, although actually this was the first time this was offered since COVID happened, so since 2019. But before that, I had probably done it for 10 years. Won several times. This is the first one I have to look. I think it's the first one since 2014, though. Well, I think hopefully they had some fun, but it's good for them to compete at this and see we had some students successful on the individual level. I think that'll give them a boost of confidence with their math abilities. We had a student place second in the whole county and one place third. So hopefully that'll boost their confidence. And the team, obviously, having the win was nice. But I just think it's important to compete in things besides athletics and academic type stuff.
I'm Allison Kelson. I'm a senior in Potsdam High School. I like the team part of it, the team aspect. I think my team had a really good dynamic. We worked really well together, and that's eventually what led us to win the team competition. If I were to take away one thing, I would say I wish I'd done this more throughout my high school career. I didn't know about this before this year. I was only invited this year, but it was a really good way to expose me to new stuff, and it was motivating in that way. And seeing all the other people and seeing how well they did, that motivated me about myself.
What an achievement! Again, congratulations to Jackson Greer, Allison Kelson, Cia Liu, Marta Rodriguez Guerrero, and Starvesh Zatzirman, and the math department for making Potsdam proud.
Hayden had the opportunity to sit down with Mayor Alex to discuss citizenship and upcoming improvements to the town of Potsdam. Let's see what she had to say.
Welcome back to the DIG. I'm Hayden Spoor, and today I'm joined with Mayor Alex of Potsdam.
As we continue, there's a new project set to bring fresh new energy to downtown, a brand new skate park. I asked the mayor to tell us more about what's ahead.
So we have a designer who's from Potsdam originally who designed us a really cool skate park project that's going to be on Fall Island. There's this little park area that's sort of when you're standing across from Trinity Church looking toward Fall Island. It's next to Jernabe's and where you drive into Park for Evans and White. There's this little area with like concrete benches that will become a little skate park.
That is amazing, and that even shows how our community is working with you guys directly, like the Clarkson University students and the Potsdam resident with the skate park. That is amazing, guys.
Yeah, have a really wonderful project right now. It's called the Pollinator Project, where local volunteers are working on ways to have pollinator-friendly plantings and of native species, flowers, trees, shrubs in all of our parks, and use pollinator-friendly practices so that we protect our local bees and pollinators, which is also good for the environment. And so some of our parks have also gotten some recent improvement thanks to lots of volunteer labor and love. That includes Garner Park, and they are doing a project in the little tiny Cubley Park this summer as well. So those kinds of things are something that we are taking into consideration. All of the trees that are going in the DRI downtown and the new flowers and plants have been chosen to be native species that the local bees and pollinators like butterflies and things like that will love. And that's good for pollinating our crops and our flowers.
Yeah, those little details really makes this project so beautiful, because I wouldn't, that's like amazing, the bee thing, that's so cool. Finally, the mayor has some ideas about how students can get involved in the Potsdam community.
Of course, we do. I know a lot of students get involved in things like community cleanup days and things like that, or even just civic events. We will have the Memorial Day Parade again this year, and I think that's a good opportunity for people to just learn about those who serve our nation and be involved in those ways. We have had young people, as we had someone speak at a recent board meeting who was 9 years old to speak out on an issue. So anyone can come and speak if you want to, or send us an email. If you have a topic you're passionate about, you can definitely make your voice heard.
Yeah. Before we wrap up today, is there anything about your role that young people in the community may not fully understand?
Well, it's not a full-time job, so that's one thing. It's in the village of Potsdam. It is definitely a part-time job, designed to be, again, like we're citizens like every one of you. So I'm just, one of 5 working to advance the village along with our staff. But another thing to keep in mind, you can all get involved too if you want. I just think it takes a curious mind. And other than that, I have had some funny things said to me when I was first elected. I had my girls and their friends were making jokes. They're like, you should give free candy to everyone. We can't do that. But we did add a Light the Night parade, and there were candy canes at the Light the Night parade. So come out this year. At least we can do that.
Yes. And is there any advice you'd love to give to students or young people in the community who are interested in possibly getting involved in public service?
Start coming to meetings or asking questions or reading the newspaper. I mean, really, it doesn't take a lot to start learning about it. Truly, it just takes some interest. Anyone can start to read up on it and ask questions and learn more.
And last question, what message would you like to share and leave off with the PCS students about the future of Potsdam?
Future is bright, but it's all for you, right? So this is not about me. Like, this is about every one of you, but especially you guys. This is your future. So I want this place to be even better and brighter for all of you and your futures and my daughter's futures. So be involved. Let us know what you think. It's really for the next generation that we do all this hard work.
Yeah. So thank you so much for taking the time to come meet with me. I really do appreciate it. That's all for the dig for now. I'm Hayden Spohr, joined with Mayor Alex.
Again, thanks to Mayor Alex. She is certainly inspirational. To hear more of our interview, check out the full version on our YouTube channel, The Potsdam Press.
And to wrap up today's show, we will see what Trin and Reese were able to dig up about NASA's successful moon landing.
April 1st, 2026, 4 astronauts made history as the first crewed mission to the moon in 50 years. The spacecraft, named Integrity after the community effort behind its creation, traveled farther than any other spacecraft ever deployed. The event was not only inspiring, but full of wholesome, laughable moments. Rise, an adorable moon plushie dressed as Planet Earth, was dubbed the mascot of the Artemis expedition. Designed by 8-year-old Lucas Yee, the mascot brought joy and connection throughout the mission and is seen in almost every meeting and interview. While in space, the crew named a newfound crater, Carroll, as a memoir to Commissioner Reed Wiseman's late wife. The crater is situated on the far side of the moon, northwest of the Glushko crater. The expedition inspired many worldwide, and here are some Potsdam opinions on this situation.
I think it's really nice that Artemis is the goddess of the moon, and they went around the moon with a lady in the ship. Was that the first lady to the moon? Artemis. That's really cute. I like that the public is excited about public good again, and science for the sake of science. I think it was a really big win for curiosity.
So the Artemis project is really neat for me to follow. One of my good friends was an engineer on the project, and being a woman from upstate New York, she graduated from SUNY Potsdam. So she posts about it all the time. Just really fascinating to see.
That's a wrap on episode 1 of The Dig.
I'm Lydia Aldis.
And I'm Hayden Spohr.
Thank you for watching.
Come back next week to see what we dig up.